Check out FlipsideGaming.com for all your gaming needs. Use the promo code HEROES to save 10% on all orders over $10. Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends, and welcome to this special edition of the Magic the Gathering Market Watch. It's that time of the week again, where we count down the 10 hottest Magic cards of the week. And I gotta tell you, the market is out of control right now. There's cards spiking everywhere. There's a lot of market manipulation as well. I tried to filter that out for this video. So if you see a card that's going up a lot and you wonder why it's not here, there's at least a chance that there's some market manipulation going on around that card. So just be careful right now if you're making any big purchases. But with that being said, we'll get into our top 10 in just a moment. Quickly before we get started though, just a fast reminder, if you go to FlipsideGaming.com, you can use the Heroes promo code to save 10% on orders over $10. Currently, you can pre-order Caltagirone products like you see on the screen there, and if you use the Heroes promo code, of course, you will save. For example, the set booster box will go down to $103.50, the collector booster box goes down to $216, and remember, any order over $100 or any order that consists only of singles will have free shipping in the United States. Also, whenever you use the promo code, it does support the channel, which is always appreciated, so thank you, and without any further ado, let's get into it. Number 10 is Gigantoplasm. This goes up $262 this week to $883 for a 42% increase. And remember, when we look at our top 10, it's very important to take into account the percentage increase of the value of the card, as well as an actual increase of sales. That's what we go by here. Now, when it comes to this card, this did recently see a bump in price because of a new card from Commander Legends, and that is Sakashima of 1,000 Faces. This is seeing a little more play in the Commander format because of that card. But the reason it's moving this much right now is because of Keldheim. We know there's a lot of shapeshifters with the Changeling ability within that set, and there's even some legendary creatures with Changeling that are going to be cards that some people are going to want to build around in Commander. Things like Morid of the Frost and Orvar the All-Form, and some of those builds could include this card, no doubt. Number 9 is Days Undoing. This goes up $363 this week to $999 for a 57% increase. Now, this card has been slowly trending up for a while now. It's been escaping the market watch because it's been going up pretty gradually. This week, though, we see a pretty big jump. The main reason this has been moving is because of Legacy, believe it or not. The Snow Miracles deck has been performing very well on Magic the Gathering Online. That deck typically runs 2 copies of this in the main, and there is some speculation that perhaps that deck becomes even better with some Keldheim cards that are coming out. So with Legacy Paper Tournaments not really going on right now, some of this could be speculators trying to pick up on a card they think is going to be hot in the future. This does see a little Commander play as well. Number 8 is Powder Keg from Urza's Destiny. As you can see from the screen, this is the first reserve list card of the day. It goes up $448 to $998 this week. That's an 81% increase. This will certainly not be the last reserve list card you see on the list today. There's a ton of activity when it comes to that part of the market. Lots of targeted buyouts and lots of preemptive buys. What I mean by a preemptive buy is a card that is on the reserve list that is a little cheaper. Many times you'll find collectors or players gravitating to that card because there's a fear that it's going to skyrocket at some point in the future. Maybe because it dries up naturally, maybe because of a targeted buyout. And that's what you're seeing with a card like this, I think. Now, this could be the beginning of a targeted buyout that starts to grow over the next day or two, but this could potentially be more of a preemptive buy because this did have a cheaper price point. Now, with that being said, I have seen this in some Daryl Hunter of Walker's Commander builds recently. That's a newer card from that Walking Dead secret lair that some people might be trying to build around. And speculators might be thinking that this could be a decent card in future Turalf God of Fury / Turalf's Hammer builds in Commander. If those builds end up playing Varchild's War Riders, this could be a decent panic button for them. Number 7 is Grave Robbers. This goes up $472 to $1276 for a 59% increase. Sure, this does see a little Commander play, but again, this is moving mostly because it was an affordable reserve list card. Number 6 is Griffin Canyon, up $943 to $1999 for an 89% increase this week. Like I mentioned earlier, we saw it in the Keldheim previews, there's a number of shapeshifters with Changeling coming out. That could be part of the reason this card is moving up right now. It's also a reserve list card that did have a pretty cheap price point a couple weeks ago. Since then, it has been moving up. So this could have been a targeted buyout, or it could have dried up naturally in the market over the last couple weeks. Additionally, this does combo with Mutavault and Manascape Refractor. I have seen some players online showing a Legacy deck that's trying to use that combo. It hasn't translated to a lot of success yet on Magic the Gathering Online, but it is something to keep an eye on. At the very least, it could be a combo you see in Commander from time to time. Number 5 is Pox. The Ice Age copy goes up 812 to 1360. That's a 148% increase. The 5th edition copy goes up 1020 to 1474 for a 225% increase. Currently, this does see some commander play in Tiny Bones Trinket Thief builds and more, but now we have seen cards in Kaldheim that encourage you to force opponents to sacrifice permanents or discard cards. In particular, commander players are already coming up with deck lists around Tergrid God of Fright / Tergrid's Lantern, and this is showing up in a lot of those builds. Number 4 is Whim of Volrath. It goes up 1395 to 1995. That's a 232% increase. Now, this is not on the reserve list, but it is getting hard to find in good condition. And I have seen this in some early Orvar, the All-Form Commander deck lists, since it is a cheap spell that targets one of your permanents that you can replay a number of times. Number 3 is Ice Cauldron. This goes up 1791 to 1938 for a 1,220% increase if you're doing the math at home. Now, maybe this is gaining some interest due to the theme of Kaldheim, and this can see some commander play from time to time, but this definitely looks like a reserve list buyout more than anything. Number 2 is Didgeridoo. It goes up 3152 to 5999 for a 111% increase this week. So this is in Minotaur commander builds based around Sethron Hurloon General or sometimes Neheb the Worthy. And sure, changelings from Kaldheim could be influencing this a little bit, but again, this feels like a reserve list buyout more than anything as it climbs quite a bit this week. And number 1 is Lake of the Dead. This goes up 9178 to 17560 for a 109% increase. Good card in black heavy or mono black commander decks. I have seen this in some early T-Grid commander deck lists as well, so keep that in mind. That could be drawing some attention to the card. And it did get a command zone mention last week as well. But again, this feels like a reserve list buyout more than anything. It's not a blind buyout. There's definitely some speculation based on the things I just mentioned, but a buyout nonetheless. Alright, that's going to conclude our top 10 hot cards of the week. Join us this weekend for our regular episode of the Market Watch where we deep dive into everything that's happening in the secondary market. You're not going to want to miss that one. Until next time, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks for watching. This video is made possible through the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Check out the description below for links to our Patreon page as well as our Amazon affiliate store, where a small percentage of all sales will also help support the channel. Finally, if you haven't had a chance yet to subscribe, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any of the new videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.